10 years ago, my cousin falsely claimed I assaulted her, leading my entire family to shun me. After a decade of silence, she admitted it was because I missed her birthday. Now, my family wants to reconcile. At 22, I was engrossed in video games with friends when my mother broke a family taboo by calling me twice in a row, signaling an emergency. When I picked up, chaos and shouting filled the line before she moved to a quieter room. Sobbing, she asked if I had anything to confess about Emily, my younger cousin. I was baffled. I hadn't seen Emily in years. Then Mom dropped the bombshell. Emily, at age 9, accused me of assaulting her repeatedly in my room when I was 16. Her account was vivid and detailed. I couldn't breathe, vehemently denying it, but Mom kept screaming, "Did you do this?" I shouted back, "No," each time, but she wouldn't listen. The call ended with both parents on speaker, declaring they never wanted to see me again. My sisters sent texts calling me a monster before blocking me. I tried reaching out to everyone, but they all blocked me instantly. My father's final text ordered me to stop contacting them. The next year destroyed me. I lived in constant fear of police showing up to arrest me. I stopped eating, botched job interviews, and spiraled into heavy drinking and OxyContin abuse. Living alone, I trashed my apartment in fits of rage. When neighbors called the cops over shattered glass, I lied, saying I'd dropped it. Nights were consumed by vengeful fantasies of harming Emily in ways that looked accidental. Sometimes I dreamt of committing the acts she accused me of. My thoughts grew darker than I ever imagined possible. By late 2015, I landed a job that gave me stability. Slowly, I got sober and bought a house last year. Antidepressants dulled my darker impulses. I tried dating twice, but explaining my lack of family scared women off. My therapist became the only woman I truly confided in. Last week, out of nowhere, Mom texted me, the first contact in a decade. She said they missed me and shared updates about my sister's kids. Then a bombshell. At a family gathering last month, Emily downplayed her accusation when it came up. Mom grew suspicious, pressed her, and Emily admitted she might have dreamed it. The family erupted. My parents walked outside and broke down crying. My aunts and uncles were furious with Emily, shared the truth with everyone, and now wanted me back in their lives. I haven't responded. Old wounds reopened, and rage consumed me. Part of me fantasized about destroying them, starting with Emily, to make them feel a sliver of my pain. This morning, Emily texted me, acting as if nothing had happened. She admitted she knew I hated her but wanted to confess. It wasn't a dream or mistake. At 15, her mother caught her sneaking out to meet her boyfriend. Facing a summer of grounding and missing camp, she fabricated a story about past trauma to excuse her behavior. When pressed, she accused me because I was away at college and rarely around. She thought I'd deny it and it would blow over. She never expected the family to cut me off entirely. Days later, she tried to retract her story, but they thought she was protecting me. The lie spiraled and she was too scared to confess. She's been in therapy for years, wrestling with guilt. Her message ended, "I'm so sorry. I know you'll never forgive me, but it wasn't about you." I screenshotted everything, debating what to do next. My therapist is away for 3 weeks. Rage consumes me. I've been sober for 4 years, but I crave blackout drunkenness and confronting them at their doorstep. I know exactly how I'll handle this. They'll face the consequences. At 3 a.m., I sat in my kitchen, laptop open, Emily's messages glowing on the screen. My hands shook as I reread her confession. A decade of my life, ruined over a missed birthday. The flickering kitchen light cast shadows matching my inner turmoil. Across town, Emily lay awake, clutching her phone, jumping at every notification. Her engagement ring glinted in the moonlight as she checked our message thread obsessively. She typed, deleted, and retyped messages. I forced myself to close the laptop and make coffee I wouldn't drink. The anger needed an outlet. I grabbed my car keys. By 6 a.m., I was parked outside Emily's apartment complex in the cold, wet morning. I knew her routine from years of checking her social media. She jogged at 6:15 p.m. sharp. Right on cue, Emily emerged in running gear, stretching by the entrance, earbuds in, oblivious. Then she turned toward the parking lot and our eyes locked. She froze mid-stretch, her sneakers squeaking on the wet pavement as she backed away. I didn't move, just stared through the windshield. Her face paled. She stumbled backward, nearly tripping before fleeing inside. My phone buzzed with her text. "Please say something, anything." I ignored it and opened LinkedIn. Her profile listed her as a senior account manager at a marketing firm, an ironic career built on crafting stories, while her lie destroyed my life. Her engagement post from last month stared back at me. Tom Williams, an investment banker with a polished smile. Another text from Emily. I know you're reading these. I see the receipts. My phone rang. Marcus, my friend, reminding me of our morning coffee meetup I'd forgotten. I let it go to voicemail. I screenshotted Emily's confession and her LinkedIn profile, then opened my mom's text thread. Her pleas for me to return sat unanswered. My thumb hovered over the attachment button. I sent one screenshot without context, letting her piece it together. Mom's response was instant. She called repeatedly, 47 times in 10 minutes as I drove to work. At the warehouse, I spotted Emily's white Honda in visitor parking. Through the office window, she was talking animatedly with my boss, Bill, dabbing her eyes with a tissue. Bill's face mirrored the sympathy he showed when someone's relative died. I clocked in trying to slip past, but Bill waved me into the office. Emily wouldn't meet my eyes. He pulled me aside by the water cooler, voice low and kind. I'm sorry about the family loss. Emily explained everything. Take the time you need. My voice stayed calm. There's no loss, she's lying. The security camera blinked above us, recording everything. Bill's face shifted from empathy to confusion, glancing between us. Emily finally looked at me, eyes wide, pleading. I was worried about you. You weren't answering anyone. I walked away silently to my station. Bill followed, uneasy, but I started my shift as if nothing happened. Emily left soon after. During my break, my phone flooded with Facebook notifications. Emily had messaged my coworkers, claiming she was concerned about my mental health, asking them to check on me. Jake from shipping approached me on the loading dock. Your cousin stopped by. She seemed really worried. Nice cousin, you okay? My jaw clenched so hard I thought my teeth would break, but I nodded and kept working. At lunch, I checked Emily's Facebook. Her 2015 Survivor post made right after her accusation still had hundreds of supportive comments praising her bravery. A recent comment from Tom Williams called her strong. Then my phone buzzed, an unknown number. The preview read, "This is Tom Williams. I know the truth. We need to talk." Before I could process it, another text arrived from Dad. Your mother is distraught. Emily says you've been stalking her for months. We're considering a restraining order. I wanted to smash my phone. Instead, I scrolled through our old family group chat, back to when Emily called me her favorite cousin, asked for math help, and requested a college keepsake. HR called, leaving a voicemail. We received a concerning report from a family member about your stability and past. We need to schedule a mandatory meeting tomorrow. My boss, Mike, pulled me aside after work. That woman sent serious emails to HR about violence against women. She was convincing, just a heads up for tomorrow. I drove to my parents' neighborhood, not to their house. I wasn't ready, but to Mrs. Chen's next door. She'd always been kind, even sending a card saying she didn't believe Emily's claims. Over tea, her hands trembled as she said, Your parents told everyone you were getting help for your problem. I never believed you had won. That night, from a library computer, I created a temporary email and sent Tom Emily's confession screenshots, found his work email on his company site, then deleted the account. At 11 p.m., I drove by Emily's apartment. Tom's BMW was in visitor parking. Shouting echoed from her second-floor unit and the window slammed shut. Emily texted, I'm telling everyone you faked those screenshots. Headlights appeared behind me. I braced for a confrontation, but it was my sister Lucy. She knocked on my window, mascara smudged. Mom showed me the screenshot, she said, voice shaky. Remember when Emily lied about me stealing her iPad? She was so convincing, but we found it under her bed. She noticed my packed gym bag. Going somewhere? I shook my head. Lucy slid into the passenger seat, uninvited, like when we were teens. She reminded me of Emily's fake appendicitis before Grandpa's 80th birthday. Nothing was wrong at the hospital. Then Tom texted. She admitted everything to me. I'm done. She doesn't know I'm contacting you. Lucy grabbed my phone and typed before I could stop her. Can you record her if she confesses again? Tom replied instantly. Already on it. She's texting me about proof you stalked her. Lucy handed back my phone. This will get messier before it gets better. The next morning, Emily posted a cryptic Instagram black square about toxic family members rewriting history with hashtags like Survivor and Mitruth. 3 cousins texted me, asking if it was about me, noting Emily's odd behavior at recent gatherings. Tom texted, Meet me at the 5th Street Diner at noon. I have something you need to hear. I arrived early, gripping a coffee I wouldn't drink. Catherine, the waitress, gave me a knowing nod. She'd seen me after rough nights. Tom walked in, looking exhausted, his banker polish gone. He showed me voice recordings from the past 2 nights. After my email, he confronted Emily. She confessed, then spun new lies, each recorded. In one, she claimed I'd recently harassed her. In another, I threatened her family. Tom handed me printed emails between Emily and her friend Chloe, plotting to maintain her victim's status with fake stalking claims. Before I could respond, Emily burst into the diner, scanning frantically. Catherine blocked her, saying, "We don't serve liars." Emily flushed as patrons stared, spotted us, and tried to approach, but Catherine stopped her. Emily fled, glaring at me with hatred. My sister Bella texted. Lucy had brought her to my place. Bella arrived crying, handing me a 2015 journal chronicling Emily's lies, faking panic attacks, framing teachers, manipulating family for attention. Bella suspected Emily lied about me but was too scared to speak up, fearing the family's swift judgment. That afternoon, Emily's college roommate Rachel messaged me on Facebook. She recognized Emily's tactics from her Instagram post and sent chat logs from their sophomore year, where Emily bragged about ruining someone who wronged her. One chilling message: "My cousin learned not to ignore me." I responded to Rachel professionally, and she sent more evidence of Emily's false accusations, including one against a professor over a bad grade. I addressed the HR complaint calmly, copying a lawyer friend, attaching Emily's confession, and staying professional. Word spread at work, and coworkers began asking questions. Emily's desperation grew. Tom said her marketing firm put her on leave after he shared her history of lies. Their wedding, set for 3 weeks away, was off. She was unraveling. In the grocery store, I caught Mom watching me. She approached, trembling, apologizing through tears, wearing the necklace I gave her for her 50th birthday. Before we could talk, Emily appeared, yelling that I was manipulating everyone and faking evidence. Shoppers stared. I stayed silent, aware of the cameras above. Emily offered me $50,000 from her trust fund to leave town and sign a statement calling the screenshots fake. I recorded her repeating the offer. That night, Aunt Linda, Emily's mom, texted, wanting to meet at a neutral spot. Emily's story wasn't adding up. Tom shared that Emily had been in therapy since college for compulsive lying, with subpoenaed notes from a prior false accusation against a teaching assistant. Only my parents and Emily still fully believed her. The family group chat buzzed with debate. Rachel sent more evidence, Emily's plan B to claim mental illness, dissociation, and false memories, if caught. Marcus, my friend, stepped in when Emily showed up at my workplace again, blocking her from the loading dock and calling security. He later shared his own story of being falsely accused by a family member, recognizing Emily's tactics. We plan to expose her discreetly, avoiding public shaming to protect real survivors. At a gas station, Emily confronted me, whispering that no one would believe manipulated screenshots. I smiled and pointed to the overhead camera. Her face went white. Tom compiled recordings and a notarized affidavit, backing everything up. Emily's friend Chloe cut her off after Tom shared the truth, apologizing to me for believing her. Family members began sharing doubts, and Lucy created a group chat for those supporting me, sharing Bella's journal. Emily showed up at my house at 2 a.m., screaming that I ruined her life. Marcus and Tom arrived, documenting her outburst as she kicked my door and threw a rock at my window. Neighbors, including an elderly one who recalled Emily's past behavior, watched. Police arrived, and Emily's claim that I invited her fell apart with witnesses and her clear intoxication. They advised me to file a restraining order. Emily's firm informed Tom she was on permanent leave. Her history and current actions made her a liability. Mrs. Chen revealed that in 2019, Emily's parents watched my house from their car, knowing my whereabouts but choosing silence. I referred Tom to a support group for those with manipulative partners. My sisters and I reconciled, meeting weekly for dinners to share lost years and meet my nieces and nephews. Family members who believed me apologized for staying silent, fearing exclusion, a dynamic Emily weaponized. Emily sent a group text claiming I was gaslighting her, but her shifting stories eroded her credibility. At a family dinner she wasn't invited to, she crashed and screamed that I deserved it for being the favorite and ignoring her. 12 family members witnessed her admit the lie stemmed from me missing her birthday. Aunt Linda found Emily's old diary, detailing her plan to punish me for missing her birthday. Her father read it aloud, voice breaking, revealing her premeditated lie. Emily's company fired her after discovering she lied about a master's degree. I sat outside my childhood home, debating entering. The house looked unchanged, but everything was different. A family meeting was set for Grandma's, possibly her last. Inside, tension hung heavy. Emily arrived, disheveled, and was seated in the center. I presented the evidence: Bella's journal, Tom's affidavit, Rachel's screenshots. Emily's confession played, and Grandma condemned her for destroying the family. Emily snapped, admitting she targeted me for ignoring her birthday. Her parents paled as Aunt Linda read the diary's chilling entries. The family couldn't ignore the truth. At a small gathering without Emily, I reclaimed my seat at the table. The void of lost years lingered, but hope flickered. Emily's world collapsed. Her lies, job, and relationships crumbled. I stayed sober, supported by Marcus and my therapist's colleague. Recovery felt possible, but the scars of a decade remained. Thank you for watching my story. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and press the bell icon. Stay tuned for more real-life stories, get more experiences.